Hello my friends, welcome back to my Myidevice again. Today I'm gonna show you how to find a spider's web created in Livik map for PUBG Mobile new season. I will show you all of the location on the map including the spider's web. Actually guys, I spent so much time to making this video for you. I hope you enjoy it and use it on the map. Before starting the video guys, if you like this kind of video, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell. I will upload every week a new fresh video for you. First time we will go to gas point in Livik map. As you can see, the web shooters is in the front of Gamers Cafe. We will go to second floor and find the web shooters. Here's the web shooters. The second web shooter in gas point, you can see here in one floor building. Here the actual web shooter. Here at the bottom of the streets, as you can see, on the second floor you can find the web shooters. Now we are in Rose Farm, and here the location of the first web shooter. As you can see, the green building, and in the third floor you can find the web shooter. Next web shooter is in this location. As you can see, I mentioned it, and it's in ground floor. In looping felt area, here's the location of actually first one and last one web shooter in looping felt. As you can see, just one of windmills has a web shooter, and it is the selected one. Now we are in shipyard, and the first web shooter, as you can see, is here. I will mention it in the map. Yes, it's here, and actually you can say that it's in front of lighthouse. The next web shooter in shipyard point is here. As you can see, I mentioned it. it's in front of actually whole chip. There is another web shooter at the bottom of Rose Farm. You can see here the location, and again it is in the one floor buildings. Now we are in Holtes, and at the front of Gamers Cafe you can see the buildings, and upstairs you can see the web shooter. Next web shooter in Holtes is in the main building. As you can see, here is the location, and you can find the web shooter. In Asker's Point you can see the location of web shooter. I've mentioned it in the map. At the front of power supply you can find the web shooter. Second web shooter is at the front of actually water supply in one floor buildings, as you can see in the location. In Aqueduct, go to the hole, and here is the web shooter, as you can see. At the bottom of Rose Farm, here you can see the location, and here's the one web shooter. You can find it here, again in one floor building. In Wengen Point you can see the accurate point of the web shooter here, actually next to Gamers Cafe again, and here is the location. Here you can see the second one, and I will mention the correct actual location of web shooter. Here you can see front of Gamers Cafe, front of parking, here upstairs, and you can find the web shooter. In Iceberg Point, actually one of those is in main buildings at the front of statue. And here is the location of the second one, as you can see, again next to main buildings, and this building. In East Point you can see the first web shooter location, and here at the front of the ship you can see the first web shooter. Guys, we have 3 web shooters in Eastport. Do not forget that, remember all of them. The next one is here, as you can see in the location. Go to upstairs and you can find it. And the third one is here in this building. There is a workshop shed building here, and you will find the web shooter. In lumberyard points, the first one is so obvious. Above of the actually shop, you will find the first one. After that, you will see here the location of the second web shooter upside the tower. You can see here. And the third one is actually upside the lumberyard. I will show you the location. Here's the next web shooter. Again in actually one floor building. Here you can find it. Web shooter. In power plant, everything is so obvious. We have two buildings and two web shooters. One of them in first building, and in opposite side you can see the second web shooter. In this time we have three web shooter, one of them here, one of them in main buildings, and one of them is here. In blue star you can see the location of web shooter. In workshop shot here. And the next web shooter is here, as you can see in the location. Here, this is the building. Go to upper stairs and you will find it. In Hella Point, you can see the location of the web shooter at the front of Gamers Cafe, opposite side of the street. You can find the first one, and the next one is here, as you can see in the location. Again in workshop shot. Front of Gamers Cafe. Here you will find the web shooter. In Grunhans we have just one web shooter, and here's the location, as you can see at the first of the map. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please do not forget that, guys, subscribe my channel. I'm looking forward to see you again with another video. See you soon, guys. Goodbye.